Yes,
message?
you do receive the message.
I'm outside trying to figure out what the deal is with the tent.
Cast it again. We should probably be together.
Could be really important. What's going on?
And again, the show's about to start.
Yeah, I'll probably miss the start of the show.
Okay. Cool.
Okay. Cool.
Apparently we are to sit and observe. I'm still looking for potential of another person who's trapped in this same vision. I'm convinced that is the case.
Is Jacob with us now?
Yeah. You encountered Jacob. You're sitting together.
Which one?
Actual Jacob.
Okay, because I want my cotton candy.
Yeah. That other Jacob is over with the Jacob parents, and
I relayed to him that I kind of noticed that the guards that seem to be around, the three of them seem to resemble the injuries that we saw on the Fomorians.
Why would they be in here?
Souls?
Perhaps?
Maybe they got caught in this and that's why they died? We didn't see physical injuries.
Don't have anything in my mouth.
I start kind of poking around in mine too, just to see.
I have no concern.
Is there a little blob in my mouth?
You are
No.
eating the popcorn.
Fantastic.
I set the popcorn down. I haven't really touched it. I make sure that Celine doesn't touch it. We just... Alright.
like she just looks at you, and she has like a whole like you get some like popcorn crumbs coming down her face. Like, yes, was I not supposed to eat this?
Let's kind of not. I did it to blend in.
Oh, I thought you liked. Oh, all right.
You said blend in, so I'm blending in.
Everyone else is eating popcorn.
Don't eat the fake food.
Casimir, you have this.
Yeah, I don't want it.
Okay.
This was your idea. All right. Well, is the show starting yet?
Yeah, two clowns are two Mordeclowns are emerging from the auxiliary tent here, and they're going out and they're starting a fun little routine.
It's so weird to be looking at myself and not in a mirror.
I thought you were always that vain.
Well, I'm vain, yes, but it's weird.
One of them has two little red balls on his horns, and the other does a flip over and gives him honk honk, and the horns actually make horn sounds as he
That
lands.
was never my role.
Deputy, I think this is demeaning even by your standards.
I mean, they're kind of funny. That's the intent, right? The clown's intent.
He looks to you and just kind of blinks for a second. What else could be out of place here? I get it. This is a bait trap. We roll with it. We can get out of this okay. What are we supposed to roll with?
Am I supposed to be performing?
I'm about to do something very foolish.
Okay.
Run it by me first.
No.
I might be able to assist with your foolishness. I'm not opposed. I just want to know.
They're not funny. I'm going to boo them off the stage.
All right.
They're
And
going to
because I
damage
can't,
their self-confidence.
and unfortunately, since I can't make loud noises right now, I'm just gonna have you imagine what his boos would be like.
Sure. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You have discretion. Sure. Boo! Boo! Clowns are garbage.
Garbage clouds.
Mimics of putrescence. Boo. Alright, so- anyway, Princess Bride aside. All right, as this is happening, Bright, outside, you are hearing a mighty boo go up from inside the tent. It starts with someone, and then it's picked up rapidly, and everyone in the tent begins booing and booing. And as that happens, like almost like with the combined breath of everyone going boo, like the whole tent kind of gives like a flap and a shudder. And as that happens, your identify ritual completes because the clowns are just warming up and there's a little bit of a time passing here. And what you get from casting your spell, Bright, is that the tent isn't an item. The tent is a creature.
That's interesting.
That said, the creature's not under any spells.
Okay, that's good to know.
A dream giant mimic circus?
And I need Mordecai, Casimir, and Jacob to roll. I'll need Celine as well. I need you all to roll a wisdom saving throw, and I need Bright to do the same at advantage.
Oh no. God. Oh no.
16 for me.
Why did you guys raid my dice bag?
No, Casimir cannot make saves.
It was a jailbreak,
Never-
is what it was.
I never pass saves.
Those
unless
dice were
they
in
pass.
dice jail. All right.
I hope the 16 is good enough.
I
It
fail on
is
wisdom, please.
unfortunately not good enough. And what happens is that the tent kind of flaps around you all. And all of you are going to take 36 psychic damage,
Not me.
except Casimir.
Half to 18. Yep.
And
Ouch.
as well, all of you are going to be under the effect that if you make an ability check or an attack roll, you are going to have a minus 1d4 to it. So like Bane.
Okay. So we have a Bane.
That's unfortunate that I didn't make that save.
All right, coming back now into now for the your absorb elements can most assuredly go off. Although for Mordecai, Celine too, obviously, but for Mordecai, Casimir, and Jacob, like there's a thunderous booing and there's just sort of like a weird kind of a wave, but you took damage, but it's not like you took damage like your brain is melting through your nose.
Kind of feels like a headache.
But it's kind of a headache,
Dissolving
kind of a
classroom.
woozy. I'm sorry, what?
This isn't turning into dissolving classroom.
Hmm?
Okay.
And Bright, you feel a little woozy as well.
I just lost half my hit points. I'm a little woozy.
And the two Mordeclowns stop in the midst of the booing and look up at the three of you. Well, if you don't like it, why don't you do better? Ha ha.
I'm not a clown.
Okay. I can do better.
Okay.
I'm going to just pat Mordecai on the shoulder real quick and cast Cure Wounds.
Oh, gotcha.
Sorry, who's getting any cure wounds?
Mordecai.
Mordecai. Well,
Does that work?
Yeah.
no, actually it won't.
Oh, no, it won't.
Oh,
Oh, wait.
shoot.
No, hang on.
I forgot.
Yeah, it will not work.
Because
Sorry.
I am
Yeah.
vampiric morded.
I do not
Cry.
cast
Yeah.
them. I do not cast them.
Team
No,
Mordecai.
yeah, we would have been aware of that.
Yep, yeah, you can take your spell slot back. Now, that being said, you could heal him another way.
Link.
I could use a spell slot on myself and then offer some more.
Yeah, if you could do that too.
Let me do that. Let me the double.
Alright. Well,
Mordecai, do you need healing?
I have a major headache right now.
I could help you.
Cool. How do you want me to do this? Do you want me to just bite you? Because I can.
Yeah, sir, right there.
Oh my, saucy. Celine is still here next to us.
Yes.
So I'm just gonna take Casimir's wrist.
No, you can't. I have gauntlets.
Getting
Your hand or your fangs are forced, rather, in this case.
Fangs are forced. Alright, well. Fan fiction.
I'm gonna just say I have a whole new book,
Oh.
whole new blank book.
Mordecai goes for if Casimir's offering it, goes for Casimir's jugular.
Celine. Oh, all right. Celine. I think Celine is going to understand, especially because she's also been hit by this psychic damage, and your known condition about how you recover. Okay. Make your Constitution save, but you get advantage because you took that as a fun little your personal perk.
Personal perky. Perky Dirk. Alright. Big money.
Okay. So how much you want to drink?
Just enough for him not to be woozy?
So
I don't know what that means in HP, because I know what that means in vampire, but I don't know what that means in this particular case.
how much do you want to suck on Casimir to get what you need? I mean, if you want 20 hit points, then take 20 from Kaz. Like you know what ouchie feels like, you know what feels good feels like.
As a
So
note, I have 78 right now.
okay.
You can take 20
Casimir's
hit points,
juicy.
It's fine. I'll take 20 hit points then.
Sure.
20. A little bit.
good. I just.
And Casimir, I'd like you to make a performance check, please.
I have negative charisma.
And I'd like you to roll that D4 too, please.
Shit. That.
A 3. Okay. And as this happens, there is just a tremendous boo! Boo! And the clowns, thought you could do better! Boo!
I'm gonna start telling jokes. I don't have jokes prepared, but I'm gonna start telling jokes.
Jacob, what are you doing in this moment? As Casimir and Mordecai are doing this, and
I don't think it would be much of a stretch to imagine that I have a pretty good understanding that the louder it gets in here, the more it hurts.
if that's the case, what are you doing?
I am plugging my ears and I am leaving the stage, suggesting everybody do the same with me.
Okay, Jacob's getting up and wants to leave. Bright, what are you doing in the wake of this?
Okay, so I've been zapped. My brain
Yes.
hurts.
Yes.
Did I get any sense of what type of creature this was as a result of the identify?
As per the spell, you don't, but I'll tell you what. Go ahead and make an Arcana check.
Oh,
Unfortunately,
that's red.
yeah,
Red numbers.
and yeah, and I would have given it to you before your brain got zapped, also. So it wouldn't be a possible, I guess, 5.
This entire tent is one large jelly.
And so you're only picking up that it's a creature, and that it's not under the effect of a spell.
Okay. 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 So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tell Piggy Sue, like, I don't want to recall her because it takes my action. So I'm just gonna tell her, get away from the tent as far as you can, as fast as you can, and I'll catch up with you later. And then the next thing I'm gonna do is are people like running in and out of the tent or just out?
No.
Just in?
Everyone that was outside is inside the tent now. It's full. There's no one outside except you and Peggy Sue.
Okay. Okay. Let's see what happens. Hey tent. I heard about the clown that died, and all of his friends came to the funeral in the same car.
All right.
I'll see if this works.
All right. Jacob, you're getting up and you're starting to scooch out, and Mordecai, Casimir, like Celine's just she's not huffing. She understands, and so like you're kind of this is like when you're just kind of wiping the 20 points of Casimir off your lips here, and the tent begins to sort of like shudder, and it's creating an interesting like wind effect as the tent is shuddering. The ground isn't. It's just that like maybe there's a windstorm that kicked up outside or something, but the tent is shuddering.
Weird.
Well, if it's not stopping me, I'm not staying.
Yeah, I'm leaving.
Me as
Okay.
Casimir and Celine with us.
I gotta see how this is going to interact now. I absolutely forgot about and didn't expect this spell.
Hooray!
Matty.
I've been there.
It happens to the best of us, really. We forget all of the abilities.
All right, it's going to continue flapping, and at the end of its turn, it makes another wisdom saving throw. Then. What am I looking for?
16.
Okay. So you're getting close to the exit, and as you do, I guess the wind outside died down. As it stops shuddering. But that was its turn, such as we're in an initiative here. So we come back to Jacob. You kind of got the ball rolling here, in a sense, with at least by leaving. You don't have to be the one who goes first, but it's all of your turns before I do something else now that the tent has stopped shuddering.
Okay, well, if I'm not being stopped, I'm not staying.
Okay.
Nope. Not at all. We're leaving.
I
Okay.
like my head meat.
Casimir?
I am sticking with them. I'm leaving.
Okay.
Come with it.
Celine, Celine's making her way through, and she's, Jack, what is going on? Jack is just, he was busting up there for a second. But, alright, now, and then you all, she's with you, so you all make your way out.
Wait, he's laughing?
Yeah, he just started.
Is it still happening?
No, he stopped.
Weird. Keep going.
Sure. Bright? Or Casimir? Or Casimir, if you're just leaving, then...
Just leaving?
Bright, over to you.
Oh, okay. Let's see. I guess I wasn't privy to that discussion, so I didn't
Correct.
hear it, right? Okay.
Correct.
So the next thing that I'm gonna do, I don't see any of my friends.
From where
I mean,
you're
the
at,
real ones.
no, not the real ones. Who'd presumably be the only ones, because no one has left. Everyone's in.
Yeah, okay. Don't really have anything good to do right now, so I'm just gonna try to stay hidden, but I'm gonna take the dodge action,
Okay.
and I'm gonna mentally ask Piggy Sue if she could come back to me, hopping on her own,
Okay.
rather than we call her.
All right. Comes back over then to me, and the clowns are joined by ringleader Mordecai. You can't leave! Not after booing us and not giving us any entertainment in return! Come back here! And there's kind of a chorus of not even boos. There's just this wave of dissatisfaction that pours over all of you. And Mordecai, Casimir, Jacob, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw, and Bright, you can do it at advantage.
Maybe I'll do better. I'll do better. 23.
I certainly won't.
Slightly better.
I finally.
All right, so this is going to be 4 43 psychic damage.
Ah.
Ow.
22 to me? 21 to me.
It is, it's going to deal...
It's half to 21.
No, Casimir. Well, not, I'm sorry, it would be half to you, Casimir. You did not pass. Bright, you're fine. Mordecai, you're fine. Jacob, you would take 43.
No, 21.
And by that I mean 21.
How is Jacob looking right
And, Jacob...
Strongly bull.
Jacob and Casimir, anytime that you make an attack roll or a skill check, you are at a -6, a minus 1d6 to that.
Nothing.
As you're feeling just this kind of a static, but whatever, you... Okay. That was me. We're back over to the crew. You all walk outside. Bright was kind of in a, coming around, or at least, withdraw with Peggy Sue. So presumably, Bright, you can see and talk to the three this round if you wish.
So, it turns out the tent is a creature, and apparently it wants to eat you, and it also makes my brain hurt. I don't like it.
It's also making our brains hurt.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we should either kill it or get away from it. Or both.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do those things.
Yeah, let's do those things. Run. That's what I'm doing.
Okay. The three of you want to run away from the tent?
Yes. Yeah.
Well, I guess four with Bright
Yes!
joining back up, so... or does Bright want to do something? Do you want to flee? Do you want to fight? Do you want to tell more jokes?
I mean, I can always tell more jokes. I love to tell jokes.
The tent is very dissatisfied.
It was the funniest joke I had that was about the circus. I didn't prep circus jokes.
What kind of wizard are you?
Okay, Mr. Tent. Why did the elephant quit the circus? It was tired of working for peanuts. Hey, that'll do.
There's just this pause before all of you feel a wind blowing back from your face, like as it's inhaling, and then just busts out. The whole tent is almost like an accordion, just whoo, whoo, whoo. There's no wind. It wasn't the wind before, it's not the wind now, as the entire thing is just undulating and rolling at Bright's joke.
I looked to Celine. Is Jack laughing that hard?
Celine, like, you look at, like, Celine just looks like she, like, deer in headlights. And... and she falls and is just clutching herself. Not pregnant, but she's clutching herself and just busting up. Peanuts! Ah! And you see where Jack was maintaining the illusion, like she's flickering blue, and you can even see her bones underneath it from times. Ah!
Wow. Who would have knew a dad joke would be that good?
Celine is, in a sense, she's not incapacitated, but she is Raffle Lamowing. That is her D&D 5e status condition. Rafflemow.
I'm gonna help her up so we can just keep moving back.
Okay, Casimir?
I am continuing with him.
Sure. Jacob? Jacob is unamused.
I am not. Peanuts. I've never seen or encountered an elephant. some kind of mystical creature. I
I've
hear
seen,
they're
I've seen
related.
it before.
I hear they're related to trees in some way. Great trunks that will beat a man to death.
It's some fantasy
That's
creature, has a
awesome.
really long nose and big ears. Sounds something made up out of a fairy tale, honestly.
Yes, like the beaver or the platypus.
True facts.
All right. So it's gonna roll a d20. And this thing is just and Celine is just losing her stuff as you're carrying her, because you're still under the effects of the giant. So you're just, what are you got, like Donkey Kong and the princess is on your shoulder here, and she's just she's cracking up. This tent is just.
So, do any of you have any idea why the tent is linked with Celine? Because I meant to do that to the tent, but not to her, and usually this is just a one target spell.
I think it has to do with the fact that she's connected to Jack, because I think she said before that Jack busted a gut for a second.
Oh, so
But only for like a second before.
okay. Well, the spell didn't work very well the first time. It wore off really fast. I needed to tell a worse joke. You have to tell exactly the right kind of joke, or it doesn't work.
I like
So yeah. Well, then why aren't we all telling jokes? They seems to be what they want. And using the magic whammy on it, they've done that to us. So turnabout is fair play, but maybe just some real jokes would be fun. They might enjoy it.
I could attempt.
I don't know any offhand.
I didn't know very many either at the start of the session, but we have to do something, and it's either kill it or make it happy.
All right.
And I'd rather make it happy.
Make it happy.
One of you can step up in this round. What are you doing?
I will. I suck at humor.
Same though.
Get burned.
Google.
Doctor walks in. Clown walks into a doctor's office. Clown says to the doctor, "I've been depressed." Well, there's a really quick fix for that. You see, as a clown, you should appreciate that the great Gazo was actually coming to town. Man can make any person laugh, bring everybody to jeers. And certainly spending an evening studying his technique and appreciating the art form such as you do should end up bringing you a great burst of joy. The clown proceeds to cry into his hands as he exclaims to the doctor, "But doctor, I am the great Gazo."
A sad clown joke at a circus is acceptable. Though, Jacob, I will need a performance check from you. You can make this at advantage. However, remember you do have a penalty. Okay. So this is unfortunately the punchline. The punchline didn't really seem to sink in. Like you get a couple like courtesy chuckles from the tent, but it might just be lingering effects from the whole elephant peanut.
Which is still in effect.
It is still in effect, yeah. Casimir, do you want to do anything?
I cannot think of jokes. I don't do this type of humor.
What type of humor do you do?
Quips.
Make
So
a quip.
someone has to say something to me, and then I think of some. Can't think of offhand. Someone else give a try.
Do one of you want to give an aid to Casimir then?
I've already performed an action terribly.
I mean, Jacob. Yeah, I mean, Jacob also gave a prompt. He delivered a joke that. It was a joke.
Hey.
Like, assist Casimir in, like, the help action? Are we talking about that?
Not that easy, but you'd give Casimir a clip setup. You could also just catch a tent on fire. It's a tent, you know.
I don't entirely.
If thinking's too hard, just set it on fire.
Mordecai has his own joke to try.
Just come back to me.
Okay, so this one isn't magical enhanced. This is just a
Correct.
regular joke.
Yes.
So Mr. Tent, so a man goes to the doctor and he's got a rash on his arm, and the doctor looks at him and he says, "So what is it that you do for a living?" And he says, "Well, I work in the circus and I have to help the elephants give birth." And the doctor says, "Well, if you quit doing that, your rash will go away." But the man says, "What? And get out of show business?"
Man. You can make a performance at advantage. Though I believe you have your D4, though, you have to contend with.
Okay. 16 plus whatever. Oh, 12. I made the last save, but...
Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like this one is adding to any of the laughter. It is still laughing. The spell effect is still going on, but this isn't... I mean, the tent's not at the point where it's like peeing itself a little from laughter.
It wasn't a very good joke. That's why I didn't tell it before.
Casimir, do you have a clip on that, or are you still holding?
Didn't make the cut.
All right. This is your last chance then, because Celine is too busy laughing. So, Mordecai, what do you have?
Why did the guard arrest the turkey? They suspected foul play.
Okay. Jacob, I want you to make a wisdom save, please.
I can feel my brains melting out my nose.
Jacob, even if it's only a cracked smile, you just kind of go, that was a good one. Professional humor. All right, so Mordecai, you can make a performance, but this one's gonna be at disadvantage, and you have your -4, I believe it was, that you're on.
Aw. Disadvantage? What? Well, alright. I'm good at performing, just not today.
Oh, unfortunately, your brain hurts a little too much here. As
That's
the
why I'm not a clown. I'm an acrobat. I'm a tinkerer.
I mean, you booed yourself as a clown, so all right, Casimir, what are you doing?
Alright. I thought of one. How do you grate the desert?
The tent
How
can't
do you
report.
do?
Oh. How do you do? All right, you can also make a performance at disadvantage.
Based on the quality of the joke, I guess.
Well, not necessarily.
Anyways.
All right.
I guess that's how much are you begun to make Maddie laugh.
Not necessarily, but also not untrue. I'm looking for qualifying statements here. Dark Wolf, you don't need to worry about rolling any extra dice, because I can assure you that the tent has no additional humor added to it. However, the tent can't reply because it is still laughing hysterically, and we'll see if that continues. One more time.
Well,
I believe I need a 17.
16.
Oh, 16. The tent just once more, like big bellows.
Somebody set me up. I have the best modifier.
Peanuts!
Really like the joke about peanuts?
And it is just like, it's quivering with how much this is going on here, and there's a raucous laughter, just almost a disturbing, like unnatural laughter coming from 100 mouths that are all just sort of like chittering. Okay, the tent is still kept under control here. Someone can do something.
Very well then. I'm left to believe that, I'm hoping that all the people in my life will end up being at my funeral. My family, my friends, my co-workers, my subordinates. I want them all to be there, so that at my funeral they can let me down one last time.
Why? That's
Um,
pretty good.
Jacob, you can roll a straight-up performance. Of course, you still have the negative from the prior effects. Ah.
Oh no.
Jacob, no.
-2.
Jacob, you succumbed to your own punchline. The tent the tent seems to let that joke just roll over one of its like bulbous curves here as it's flapping. Someone else want to do something here?
So there was a circus in the Shadowhar Empire, and a guy took his date. It was a first date to the circus, and he asked her, "So what do you want to do first?" And she said, "Well, I want to get weighed." So they took to the guess the weight machine, and they guessed 130, but she only weighed 120. So they won their money, and then they went and they saw some performances, and they went back and he asked her, "So what do you want to do next?" And she said, "Well, I want to get weighed." And then they found a different one, but this time he guessed right, and so he lost his money. And then they went and they watched the last show, and then he asked her one more time, and she said, "Well, I want to get weighed." And then he said, "I've had enough of this." So they left the circus, and he took her home, and he went home disappointed. And she went back to her roommate, and her roommate said, "So how was your date?" And she said, "Oh, well, it was wowsy."
She wanted to get weighed.
She really wanted to be weighed. Just
Can I
thinking of
make
the
a
scene from
performance?
Blazing Saddles. It's twoo! It's twoo! It's twoo! All right, Bright, you get performance at advantage on that one.
19. That's good, because the first number was very bad.
Yeah, that's true. It was a 2, but it's
Is
a
it a
19.
D4 or a D6?
You were on a... I think you only got hit once. You made the other save, so it's a D4 for you.
Okay, so 16.
The tent...
One of those count for a bardic inspiration or something.
The tent just halfway, it was already going, ah! And then it even strains harder. Like, the tent is almost like collapsed because of, like, all the air from a guffaw is rushing out of this thing. And Mordecai, Celine is giggling. Like, she's like kicking her feet as you're carrying her on her shoulder. Getting weighed, Mordecai. I want to get weighed too. Ah! And scene.
Maybe later.
All right, Mordecai, Casimir.
I am just going to try and tell something to inspire one of the others instead.
Okay.
Because I'm
Maybe
not.
you can play the badum-tis.
You're giving a bardic inspiration too?
Yeah, I'm gonna give a bardic inspiration to Jacob,
Okay.
and it's gonna be in the form of the John Cena theme.
Okay. All right. Now that's only wait, that's not an action, right? That's a bonus action?
The bonus action. Yeah.
I know we're kind of in a narrative initiative still, but do you want to attempt yourself some kind of...
I am the worst, and I'm not finding anything good. No. I'm just gonna pass on that.
Okay. Then I guess we'll say in this case, you're providing the bardic inspiration. You can lend the aid action to someone then to give them... If they wouldn't have advantage, they could get advantage, or if they have disadvantage, it would be a normal roll. How about that?
Yeah, that sounds good.
All right, Casimir.
The worst plant is the cactus, because it will always desert you.
Going for that dry humor. All right, Casimir.
Hey.
Casimir, make a... Well, who are you aiding, Mordecai, by the way?
Jacob.
Oh, wow. Jacob is getting... All right. One Mordecai is somehow double teaming Jacob here with a bardic inspiration and an aid. Casimir, you can make a performance at disadvantage. Wait, that was a charisma save?
Oh, I had saved. Shoot. I'm sorry.
Not bad numbers. Hey. And do you have a D6, Casimir? I need you to roll your D6.
Heck D6, yeah.
Yeah.
It
doesn't do comment.
Celine is actually the one who says that. I get it, it's dry humor! Oh, Aslandia! Oh, I hate that place! Oh, God! Oh! Oh! Burned like a sunburn in the desert! Mordecai, you remember when we were naked in the desert?
Oh, do I?
Oh, so do I! You wanna... And we're gonna... Before she continues that, we're gonna cycle through. All right.
Aslandia. It reminds me of paper.
We're. I get a plus. My tent gets to make a save at the end of its turn. Getting closer, but it is still laughing. Just dry roasted peanuts. Oh! Now we've come back around to you all.
I have inspired, and I'm aiding Jacob in whatever he's doing, because I am the worst.
Tent. A little kid ran off to join the circus, and he went to the ringmaster and said, "So I'm a magician, and my best act is cutting people in half." And then the ringmaster asked him, "So are you an only child?" And he says, "No, I have lots of half brothers and sisters."
And you may make a performance at advantage for that.
Teen. Minus whatever, but it's not gonna matter.
It will not, even with the
12.
1. Apparently the dry humor is the combo. Dry roasted peanuts is too much on the tent's mind. All right, someone else would like to do something? Hopefully, Jacob.
How do you know if you have a policeman at your party?
Celine is rather incoherent to ask how.
They'll tell you. Over and 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 okay.
I don't know what I'm missing then, because ma'am, she's not missing my mouth with her tail. The police will tell you that they're at a party?
How can you tell if you have a police officer at your party?
And they'll tell you over and over and over?
Yeah, but see, the joke is that he keeps saying it over and over, and it's because he's a police officer. That's the part that makes it funny.
Oh, it's the meta of it, because he is the police officer just telling you.
All right, I'll just take the natural one.
No. You're this is... I mean, mechanically, this will be a straight-up roll with Mordecai's aid, and then you get the bardic inspiration. I am just having a disconnect as me. While I'm laughing along, you don't have to make me laugh in order to get... Oof! Nice.
It's a 14.
All right. That is fine, because that is absolutely enough. There's just this moment, Jacob, here, I'll insert myself a little bit, where both Celine and the tent just stop. and they just, and both, just Celine over and over and over. Oh, that's how much I want to get weighed.
Mordecai is just blushing
yeah.
if he could.
Well, you can, but it's Casimir's blood that's rushing to your cheeks, so. All right, so this is Casimir. Do you have anything? Mordecai?
I don't know why I try. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing good.
Casimir is abstaining.
No offense, Celine, but my life is like a romantic comedy. Except there's no romance, and it's just me laughing at my own jokes.
All right, make...
If there's no romance, probably I can help with it.
No, you can't. That was the joke part.
That was the good part. What I'm good at.
all right.
Oh, I get it! Mordecai! Rigor mortis!
Mordecai, you can make a straight-up performance.
Straight-up performance. All right. Come on. Big money.
Oh, yeah. Even with a negative, that you're... Oh, that's so sad. I'm crying through my one eye. That could actually do that. I don't know how the other one works. It's actually kind of scary. Casimir, you can make a performance at disadvantage.
Okay.
Yeah, you're taking this opportunity to kind of put the moves on Mordecai in this instance. And for the things that I'm looking for, okay. Unfortunately, you're at least in. Look, if you trust the opinion of a tent, unfortunately, it didn't seem to take much humor in your opportunistic advance, or to take really any sort of to take anything away from that. Okay, so let's see if the laughter continues. Oh. Nah, that was a 20. You all saw it. Look, it landed on a crack on the table. I get to re-roll that, right?
See, the thing about the digital dice is they don't get cocked.
Well, neither will Celine, so... Alright.
Session 60.
Session 60. Alright, for everyone, all you watching out there, I want you all to understand that a level 1 spell has completely taken out this boss, or whatever you want to call it. Apparently Spectre's sides are achieving orbit right now. Alright, back to you all. Who would like to say or do something?
Alright, I got one. My wife and I have reached the decision we do not want children. If anybody else does, please send me your contact details and we'll drop them off tomorrow.
All right. That is going to be a straight up performance. Actually, no, wait. No. About kids? No, you can do this at advantage. 13. However, you do have... So, it's not eliciting any more giggles, but certainly, Mordecai, this is bringing up a very poorly timed question of, do you want to have kids? I might. If we survive.
We could talk about that.
Bright, Casimir, and Mordecai?
Mordecai is dumbfounded for the round.
Sure.
I'm not ready just yet. I might come up with one in the next few seconds.
Casimir?
Can I just assist someone?
Sure. Can you tell me how you want to assist?
I have no idea.
You gotta give me something.
Let me look at what I have.
This is a circus, after all.
Only reason I'm wondering is because I only got so many jokes that stay in the PG-13 rating.
Right?
No, I can't do anything.
All right, I need someone to do something. 6 seconds passes quickly.
All right.
I know.
Well,
My friend left his job as a human cannibal at the circus. They never replaced him. Couldn't find someone of the same caliber.
Oh, I thought he didn't leave his job. I thought he got fired.
there's your assist.
Yeah. Mordecai, make a performance at, I guess, triple advantage. Just roll 3d20 and keep the highest.
All right, 3d20. And that's a plus 12 for performance.
Okay,
25.
that is certainly, even with any negatives, going to be enough. That the tent just collapses on itself as it's quivering and you know, it's falling on people, and you can kind of see them writhing underneath, like little bubbles and whatnot, like just underneath like a thin skein of like oil atop water. But no one's screaming. Everyone is laughing, and Celine loses it, which in this case, like, she's out, and as the
Making sure she's okay.
As
she's
the
not hyperventilating or anything.
well, yes, but she's not in danger of getting a heart attack and dying.
Okay.
And just this big
Important part.
of laughter, this big whoof of laughter, like, just sends like dust and warmth and the smell of popcorn over all of you. And as you close your eyes against the dust, you open them back up, and you are in a cavern. And Celine is Celine's face actually drops off, and by that I mean Jack now. Jack actually like falls, and he is just on the water. Just it hurts. And Celine is starting to recover her senses, but Jack is just convulsing on the floor.
Like,
So,
he's not recovering from laughter.
well, he hasn't worn off the spell yet. That's fine. So, Jack, hey, Jack, why did the clown cross the road? To get his rubber chicken.
I was digging in our garden when I found a chest full of gold coins. Was about to run straight home to tell my wife about it, but then I remembered why I was digging in our garden.
Oh no, that's so dark.
That's gee.
He proclaims proudly, and then realizes there's no tent. Oh.
Okay. Oh.
A clown held the door open for me the other day, and I thought, what a nice gesture.
Oh my gosh.
It was gonna be my next one. It was pretty good.
I visited my friend's house, new house. He told me to make myself at home, so I threw him out. I hate visitors.
Jack is just almost a blue blob, like his little fox paw just... Stop! Okay! Okay!
I'm
Okay!
gonna make him roll one more time.
You're gonna what?
I'm gonna make him roll one more time.
Or are you imposing an alternate dimension on him or whatever?
Oh no, I'm just not ending the spell yet.
Oh, well, he rolled, he got an 18 plus 1 on
Oh,
his, yeah.
he made it? Oh, okay.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, that's fine.
I don't even need to breathe. And it hurts inside.
It's those gut muscles.
Oh, I didn't even think I had those. Okay.
That was fine.
Yes. Where am I? Oh. All right. Wow. That was not what I expected at all, which made it even better. Oh. And the crystals went like were like flashing, like you were in this and you're piling on the jokes, like just you're creating like a murder circle around him of humor, and he just started tapping out, and that's I feel so re-energized here, and the crystals glow and pulse, and as you do, you feel that familiar like wave over you. And then you're hit by several more. And there's a bright flash. And then the cavern goes dark. With the exception of dancing lights. And all of you have the effect of a long rest.
Oh, a long rest. That's the best kind of rest.
Yay! I had to do it. I had to do what Fluffy Sheep did and just start Googling. So there's a few that I had on the lineup.
That's what they did.
I'm not offended by that.
You're asking the horror guy to try and come up with jokes and keep it PG-13.
Yeah.
I hate double standards. You burn a body in a crematorium and you're being respectful to the dead. Do it at home and you're destroying the evidence. I did like the last one, though, probably the best. Where exactly are you taking me, doctor? The patient asked. To the morgue, the doctor replied. What? But I'm not dead yet. And we're not there yet, either.
All right, I gotta get up and take a quick break.
Did you hear about the circus performer who met his wife on the net? They were both really bad at trapeze.
That's a good one too. All right, I need to take a quick break as I've been laughing so hard. I've also been doing the wiggle in my seat here, so we'll have table talk. We'll come back in just a couple minutes or whatever. Do what y'all got to do, and we'll come back and we'll talk and joke and have fun until we see the gathering of nerds going live here in just a little bit. Oh goodness!
That's a bad one. What did Kermit the Frog say to Jim Henson's funeral? Nothing.
Oh no.
Oh.